Hello to everybody. Welcome all to this final session. We don't know who is participating at this late stage of the day. Anyway, we will be very short. It will be three of us having final points. And I would like to start saying that we put together in a rush because the sessions were so rich and so full of discussions, and so many people participated from a lot of countries, from a lot of experiences. It was really alive. And frankly, I'm sorry for the one who didn't only participated on live, because we had a wonderful time here exchanging ideas. So from all this changing of ideas, we decided we could prepare a letter on as an outcome also of this important meeting. And we prepared a draft, putting together some of the elements that came out from the 10 sessions. I would like to read a little bit of this letter to all of us so that you know what it's all about. It will be a short letter, 1.5 pages, not more, so don't worry. And it will be circulated for 3 weeks just after this meeting to all of you who participated in this meeting, and you can share it with other friends of agroecology. Everyone is welcome to provide inputs, comments, amendments, and to sign it if you wish. So that's the idea of this document. Let's have a look at it all together. So there is a little chapeau, which I wouldn't read, it's too long. And there are 10 points, each one linked to each of the session. So the first session was about climate change, and a point that was retained and was discussed during the meeting is that investing public money in public goods and ecosystem services such as carbon sequestration, soil restoration, and biodiversity by reorientating the main part of the CAP subsidies to the production of biodiversity and NATO's contribution to peoples on ecosystem services. The second part that we would like to wish, and this message should go to policymakers, is to end CAP support per hectare and adopt support to people for halting the extinction of farmers' population. Develop a CAP approaches oriented to generate more employment in the agricultural sector while reducing its dependency on fossil fuels. Subsidies should be paid for additional efforts and not for the mandatory measures already covered by conditionality and greening in the CAP pillar number 2. The third point we would like to highlight is a transition to healthy systems must be done by giving a voice to the ones that are never heard. And this is very important, and it's a subject that is at the heart of agroecology. Bottom-up governance mechanism for the European food systems, including farmers, food workers, citizens, and social movement, are fundamental agents, are needed, and are fundamental agents of change and of the transition, and let's say of the transformation we are now asking for. The fourth point is that we need to decrease support to reductionist agricultural research and increase, on the other side, investments in public research on agroecology and organic farming. There was a discussion that it is indecent that still today the amount of money for research that goes to agroecology and organic farming is much, much smaller than the rest of it. Transitioning to agricultural systems need a long life learning, transdisciplinarity, and multi-stakeholder informal and informal education and research. I'm sorry for my bad English. Rethinking the relation urban-rural societies and territories as cities and rural life and ecosystems are interdependent. So it came out very clearly in this beautiful city of Barcelona that has hosted a very important meeting that is linking cities of over almost 200 cities of the world to promote a change. In this city, we decided that it is very important that the cities are linked to the territories and reverse. Can we see point 6? Consistent participatory planning and additional public funding should be directed to develop governance arrangements that promote healthy and sustainable diet for all, both in rural and urban areas. A plan should reinforce the link between food and care policies. A lot of very important new topics came out. So this link between food and care policies, and this was developed following the COVID situation by having community infrastructures, increasing support of scholar food communities. Sorry, it's still a draft. There are plenty of mistakes. Public funding should also be dedicated to eco-territories, including biodistricts and agricultural parks. 7, we are almost there. Digital technologies play a potential complementary role in the agroecology transition, but end-user involvement and peer-to-peer processes of sharing innovation must be adopted. So we are really promoting a transition. We don't want business as usual. Prices don't lie, but hide the real cost. We love this sentence. The cost of food should also reflect the real social and human capital cost. I know you will speak about environmental cost, but here we want to put the emphasis on the social cost of having low prices. An active defense and promotion of the right and fair payments to workers and the mechanism of collective representation is needed. So, and you will read this with more time when you will receive it, but for us, the social justice and the fair payment to all the workers who are in the food chain are a fundamental element of agroecology. Develop programs to facilitate young people installation into city council land so that they can guarantee gender, race, class, and territorial equality, food and nutrition security, social sustainability in Europe. In urban communities, fair prices for farmers, that's very important for us. The farmers must get a fair price for their product in line with workers' rights and national legislations. And finally, the 10th point is introduce by 2025 the transition to an agroecological food system as a core element for the European strategy on climate and biodiversity action, including ambitious action plans for supporting family farmers as the key actors of quality food production. We strongly believe there is no agriculture without, no good agriculture, no food without good farmers behind, and reinforcing short value chains by including the real cost of production, respecting nature in all the food that is processed and consumed. So, as I said, you will receive it. Please feel free to change it. Feel free to insert. We would only like to have a short document because, lamentably, policymakers only read short, very short documents. And I thank you all by saying it was a wonderful time, and we look forward to repeating this very soon again. And I now pass the word to Paola for closing words. Bye.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's my pleasure to come to the final words about this 3 days workshop, 3 days forum. Sorry, I was full of workshop. So yes, Agroecology Europe Forum 2021 has the main focus about regeneration of food system and communities to enhance biodiversity. And I have learned really lessons. We had 10 incredibly rich sessions with wonderful topic, all of them. 4 roundtable, 5 beautiful and rich field visit. Actually, I was in only one, but all the comments are very, very excited and beautiful. I met many beautiful people, and also the difficulties of this workshop is that we had now to combine the online with the on-site. And it was the third forum for Agroecology Europe. The first two, as you know, it was more on the board on the shoulder of the board, and this time there was a very strong and we were extremely happy involvement of members, communities, the municipalities of Barcelona, and a large list of NGO networking people. And this mobilization for us was a very good sign. And so we can only really, from the deep of my heart, thanks all of you and all the volunteers and all the people that contributed to enrich the voice of agroecology. We are in a moment where, our association Agroecology Europe is relatively young. Again, we were born in 2016. We had our first forum in 2017. And we are, of course, still structuring ourselves thanks to the project and the good activity. I think not to judge ourselves, but let's say we did a great shift in the last 2 years. But it's also true that was the COVID years, and so there are still learning points for us and space for improvement. But the point that Caterina read before are not, let's say, just even if we put it together in the last minutes, they are the result of a deep reflection that we also, let's say, already wrote several position paper, policy paper about CAP, about eco scheme, about all the controversial topic that agroecology very often expose us due to the fact that it's not, let's say, precisely or standardized by fortune, of course. And I want to stress that because I'm not at all in favor of one unique interpretation of the meaning. Because yes, our unique is our the biodiversity is our uniqueness. So we have to work and keep it that. Anyhow, the forum, although all the difficulties and yes, even though now the path that we did it together with difficult because COVID and also the learning process exposed us to that. I must say that I'm very happy. And again, I go back knowing new people, deepening my knowledge of the territory of Barcelona and the Catalonia and also many other things. We had 625 registered online person, 200 roughly, maybe the local community know better in presence, but anyhow, it was extremely rich this 1 day, 2 days here together. And agroecology is now in a critical moment where, let's say, is now in the mouth of almost everybody, and there is the risk can be promoted not just as a technical application or a list of practice to the current farming system, not to improve just efficiency and keeping the agrobusiness as it is not that for us. Is clearly written everywhere, and it's a paradigm shift, and it's also meaning a different way of working. And again, I declare that we are still developing that. And now it's my time to thanks, in particular, let's say, I would like to thanks from one side the Agroecology Europe Secretariat, and so a big thanks to Kira, Elena, Helen, Jessica, and also the board person that have contributed richly to make this possible. And a big special thanks to, let's say, to the municipality of Barcelona, to the CITAD, the Agroecologia, and in the person of Daniel Lopez Garcia and María Carrascosa. I really thank you. So I go to say goodbye, and we will see I hope all in presence in the next forum and in the other occasion to live agroecology together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paola. I really appreciate your special thanks. Thanks a lot for that. Okay, so we are in the end of the forum. I would like to share with you that we are ending now a meeting at the Spanish level of 30 organizations that are working in this country with agroecology and food sovereignty. And I think we have decided important things in this meeting held in this forum, in this Agroecology Europe forum, because we have decided to build a common strategy in Spain to avoid the misappropriation of the agroecological proposal that is coming from other type of proposals as the sustainable agriculture, that we have decided to build a common strategy to block the agricultural discourse that the extreme right is having in rural areas in this country. We are very concerned about that, and we are very worried. So we will work to block that, and we will work on this common strategy to build a narrative that can show agroecology as a real opportunity to conventional farming. Thanks a lot to you all. Thanks to all the participants for coming to Barcelona, for joining us online also, for all the fruitful exchanges. Thanks to all the organizations that has worked to build this forum, to the volunteers, to the interpreters, to the initiatives that we have visited this morning that are pioneers in the agroecological transition in the city of Barcelona. And I hope that we will see you as soon. And in the meantime, let's work to strengthen agroecology and to change the food system that we have. Thank you very much.